How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 3 of The Walking Dead, Dead City. This episode is titled People Are a Resource, which of course was Negan's saying back in the day. But yeah, last episode we got to see the return of old Negan, where he pulled off a knock-knock joke, spilled the guy's guts all over the floor, slit his throat, threw him over the balcony onto his people below, and it was magnificent. Because it's been a long time since we've seen that kind of Negan. We've had glimpses of it every now and again, but not to that extent. But it was kind of cool to learn in the episode Insider that Maggie is now protected by Negan's show that he puts on. And obviously that makes her conflicted because it's clearly protecting her, it's working, but will it work forever for Maggie? Probably not. I mean, at the end of the day, Negan still did kill Glenn. She'll never forgive him for that, but maybe seeing the side of Negan will make her understand why he did the things he did. I don't know. We also learned a little bit more about Croat last episode, about how Negan blew his ear off in one of the first few skirmishes with the Kingdom, because the Croat killed a fucking kid. And obviously Negan isn't a fan of that, so he blew his ear off. Obviously he didn't intentionally shoot his ear off. He was trying to kill him, but the Croat got away. And now he's wreaking havoc on New York. And he ended up catching Armstrong, who last episode obviously was recovering from being knocked out in episode 1. And then went to his brother's apartment, found out his brother killed himself, and then got strung up in a trap. And then obviously found by the Croat at the end of the episode. So I assume the Croat's going to learn about Negan being in New York from Armstrong, which makes perfect sense. And we also got to see Ginny in the new Hilltop, and she ended up not staying, so she's gone back to New York on a bike. And based off the promo, she might make it into Manhattan somehow. I don't know how. All the bridges are out. I guess it's no more questionable than cars still having gas, 16 years into the apocalypse. But whatever. And we also got introduced to a new group last episode, and one of the people in that group, Esther I think it was speaking Hebrew at the beginning of the episode because they asked what language it was. So thanks to one of them comments in the comment section who told me that, so thank you very much for that one. But yeah, Esther ended up dying, and now the group that Negan and Maggie are with are going to take them to the Croat. Also, if anyone's wondering about Witcher Season 3 reactions, they more than likely aren't happening anytime soon anyway. Because there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes of that show. Henry Cavill's leaving. I completely forgot it was even coming out today. So that shows my interest not really being there. And, it's a binge show. I'm not a huge fan of binge shows. Obviously, Stranger Things is fine sometimes, but... And on top of the fact, I'm not hugely interested in Season 3. And I can barely remember anything that happened in Season 2 also. So yeah, don't expect Witcher Season 3 reactions anytime soon. But maybe eventually I will react to Season 3 of Witcher. Who knows? But yeah, I'm super excited to get into this episode of Dead City. So let's stop doolollying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
I will come back for you soon.
I mean, clearly Ginny's somehow going to get to Manhattan. Jesus Christ. A jump scare already? Ew. How did that happen? Negan? What the fuck? Cowboy Negan.
His asswife tried to kill us last night. Can you at least tell me what the hell you're doing out here?
I mean, she doesn't speak Negan.
You lost your dino. God damn it. We will just re-goddamn trace our goddamn footsteps.
It's a lot of goddams. How did she get here? What? Fuck off, as if. She's not going to be able to find him. There it is. Wait, was that a plane on the roof? Oh, I Am Legend. But it's also the deer, and it's not... Wait, is that CG deer? Yeah, it's CG. But it's probably the best one they've done. Oh yeah, you can tell it's CG.
Hey, that's good for cuts. Can I bum a little bit? No. How long you guys been at this?
Kids, when it all went down.
15 years ago, maybe, at this point.
Bodies coming up from the ground, falling from the sky. We kept waiting for the army to show up, and we watched them blow up the bridges.
And then they blew up LA and Atlanta.
What's he want with you?
To To keep us safe.
His paranoid, crazy version of that.
Safe. Saviors.
We don't take no orders from no bridge and tunnel nutcase. Only one of us ever got out alive.
Who?
I'm gonna go check the alley. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's all right. Tougher than she looks, and she looks tough as shit.
What is she doing? Is she going to Spider-Man 2? Like, what's happening here? Does she not know how big the Manhattan Island is? It's fucking huge. Wait, isn't that... That's the World Trade Center, isn't it? Madison Square Garden. Jesus. What is that? That was from episode 1.
Sewers. Hell no. Army shoved in all the fleshies they killed, till they got turned into fleshies too.
If someone broke out of Alcatraz...
Then there's a way back in. Who escaped? Just tell us how you got out.
We could show them.
No.
So what, we're just gonna sit around twiddling our dicks?
That was like a Negan saying.
12, 15 years ago, there was a fella down south. Everybody flocked to him because he knew what they needed, what they wanted. Now, soon enough, the people, they got fed up with it. So they got together, and they decided it was time to take that hammer back.
So what happened?
It worked.
That's funny. It said 12 to 15 years ago. Wait, 12 to 15 years ago when Negan was defeated? Which was already like 2 years in? Which is crazy to think about. It sucks Ben McCreary isn't doing this, but the soundtrack's been pretty good. Who the fuck is that? Crazy shit. What? That's some Breaking Bad nonsense. It's not a bad place to hold up though, Madison Square Garden.
He'd offer me food or medicine.
I'm loving these establishing shots.
When I was a kid, my nono used to talk about working on the crew that rebuilt Penn Station. I ran as fast as I could, followed the framework, found the tunnels.
A fleshy. I do like that they have different names for them. A lot of people don't like it, but it makes sense considering zombies don't exist in this world.
He and the Croat know each other.
Hmm.
They go back. Way back.
So they buddies then?
Were. Took a shot at him and blew his ear off.
I'm sorry. You said he shot his ear off, right?
Yeah.
So how's he gonna pay them?
You don't think he's gonna want payback? Dick for an ear?
What? For fuck's sake. Why is it always about dicks?
Your son is already dead.
Let's take 5.
Oh. I love the contrast from how loud it is out there to how quiet it is in here. Interesting tactic.
Chilly in here, isn't it?
He's off his head. I wonder if he's going to find the poster.
You must be hungry. It isn't magic, I promise. That was my profession. Alternative energy. What is the most abundant natural resource?
Electricity.
Death.
Oh. All that.
The gas can be pressurized into a liquid.
That could also result in a massive explosion, though. Maybe.
Why are you here? And whom did you bring with you?
2 others. They're both dead. But one of them got captured. I killed them, and the other one was a dumbass.
We must stay safe.
What the fuck? Ew.
Why would you serve me rotten meat?
He's dead. He's not gonna kill him with that. Oh. He's gonna kill him. Armstrong's gonna have to get the key out of him. Yep. Nice. No, never mind. Armstrong hasn't said anything. At all. Last episode and this one, so far. Oh, Herschel. Who the fuck took these pictures? I swear to God, if Negan's behind her. Oh.
Hey, sorry. Thought maybe you could give it to him when you see him. If you want to talk about it or whatever. Contrary to popular belief, I do occasionally know how to shut up.
I told Herschel to get in the root cellar. He told me to get off his damn back for once. And that is the last thing that we said to each other. There weren't a lot of people that meant anything to me in this world. And whatever's left of all of them is inside this box.
A few years ago, Joshua, Annie, and I, we were living in this little cabin outside of New Babylon.
Joshua.
I knew something had gone wrong.
She died, right?
We're looking for her. She'd been robbed, beaten, and
So she's alive.
I found them, all 5 of them.
Is this why he's wanted then?
After that, we were on the run, and it was very hard for Annie. I said I'd be right behind him. I stayed.
Surely leaving Annie on her own with the kid is worse than just letting her die. Why would he leave her?
I thought you knew how to shut up.
What is she doing?
I've got to find a better place for you. All right, you're in trouble, you say so. Are you listening to me? No, Ginny, you don't get to say no.
What's with the hat, Negan? Is he doing his fucking Vic Grimes cosplay?
Maybe the leads are all around us and we just can't see them.
Is she gonna leave it? Who the fuck? Collector or a trader? Why would she follow them? Ah. Saying grace at the table? Like a part of memorabilia? Like something important to them? Luther's a big boy. Flashback? I like how the music syncs pretty well with the humming.
Because people are a reason!
Oh my god, that's fucked. Is she gonna pull that out? Yeah, far not. And Negan's right there. That's so fucked to think about though. The person who killed him is sat right next to you. Wait, are they breathing in the fluids? Don't cut to black. What we got, a UFC match? Nope. Well, I guess so. With the walkers. Oh yeah, that's a guy he just killed, right? Just like kick its leg. I'll do that. Hey, Mill did this. No, not Mill. Michonne did that. I like how the body just stayed there for a little bit. Oh yeah. I forgot about that part. Ugh. Ew. Stop trying to get out. Take the bottle. Boot knife? Yeah. No. Was it like something inside the boot? He's off his head.
I'm shitting more bricks than what's left in the city right now. Having a kid in the city wouldn't be safe. Yeah, she's probably right, you know?
Tommaso.
I have a feeling he's gonna die. Oh, it's the collector.
Where you been? Inwood?
That means Ginny's here. Negan's gonna see the dino. Right?
Where'd you get that?
Wait, Maggie recognized it? I guess she saw it in episode 1.
That was the best show this place has seen in years.
Tuh.
When the world became...
He still hasn't spoke. And he's still handcuffed.
I was too distraught to even think of killing myself. By the time that would have occurred to me, I had already found the man who would become my new family and teach me. I have been trying so damn hard, but it's too much for me. I don't like it where I am, and I just want to come home. Stop!
There we go. Finally, he spoke.
I had 2 partners, but they're dead.
Well, one because of you.
His name is Negan.
Uh-oh. Oh, don't cut away. I wanted to see his reaction, like, come on.
But all you need to know is that we are on the same side and this plan is gonna
The
work.
2 of you are leaving here tonight.
Why? Oh, he's got the poster.
Where'd you get that?
I got it from you. Above average intelligence and charisma.
Charisma.
That I have people depending on me, Luther. I ain't going anywhere.
He's a big guy, but Negan's bad. Luther's dead.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, Jesus, he's like crushing him. Ah! Fuck! Oh, he's still alive too. Oh, he's gonna push his head down on it. But how's he gonna explain this? Wait, what's she doing? Why is she... Is she burning it?
Maybe you didn't drop it at all. Maybe that asswipe stole them before you even had a chance to drop them.
Oh, look at that.
All right, hold on to it for me. Here you go, ma'am. The operation was a complete success.
Whistle.
Can you do that?
Hey, there we
It
go.
was amazing.
Hang me, oh, hang me.
Has it turned into a western now? What's going on?
Down this world.
Oh. See you later, Luther. No whistle?
I'm gonna get your boy back.
You get your kid.
Into the subway.
Kill the psycho. Don't screw it up.
The whistle.
Negan?
Okay, next episode.
It's only me.
Well, there was a countdown. Probably to blow up like the stadium, right? But yeah, another solid fucking episode. Even though, I will say it, it's a little bit weaker than episode 1 and 2. But still really good overall. You know? Like, the weakest episode of this show is still 100 times better than the best episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. This show just really puts Fear the Walking Dead to shame. Like, how does a new spin-off hit straight away? We're 3 episodes in and it's already better than the last, 4 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. You know? Like, the setting is great. Being in New York is fantastic. The cinematography, the writing, the characters. It's so intriguing. This show is just giving me everything that I wanted out of, a spin-off set in New York. But yeah, this episode was very character-centric, which is fine. It makes sense, too, because, obviously, next episode we're going to Madison Square Garden. Negan's going to come face-to-face with the Croat. Shit's going to pop off. So we need, a calm before the storm situation, you know? And this episode is that. I really just enjoyed some of the, quiet moments this episode. You know, with Negan and Maggie, Maggie going through, a bunch of, memorabilia of, pictures of Herschel and Glenn's picture. I think also the watch, right? But then it's so frustrating, in a way, for Negan just to be stood by her and sat next to her as she's holding a picture of Glenn. Come on, dude. I love Negan as a character, but, that's gotta hurt. How can't she just not kill him right now? That's what I don't get with Maggie. She's wanted to kill him for so long. She's had so many opportunities to do it, and she still hasn't. It's cool to learn that Annie and Negan's kid, Joshua, is out there. Or at least the last time he saw them, they were out there, alive. But I don't know if I agree with him leaving them. Because they're in that situation in the first place because of him. Because he went after them 5 kids. Sure, he did it to protect Annie, right? But at the end of the day, surely he'd want to keep Annie safe and make sure she's safe by staying with her and the baby. But instead he leaves. I guess if you think about it in a way they're going to be after Negan, so to protect Annie, Negan splits off, right? And leads the New Babylon Marshals away from Annie and the kid. Because maybe they'd use Annie and the kid against him. But it's just kind of annoying because Negan always abandons people. He got close with Lydia, abandoned her. He got close with this person, abandoned them. And now he's abandoned his kid. And in a way, he kind of abandoned Lucille at the end. Right? He kept denying that she was dying, and then he decided to go off and look for a doctor. If he stayed, he would have had a chance to say a proper goodbye to her. But he never did. So how long has it been in between season 11 and Dead Sea? Because Herschel is much older than the last time we saw him, right? And the fact that Negan said 12 to 15 years ago, Negan rose up, took charge of the sanctuary, and then lost it to, Maggie and Vic and that, right? And then you had the 1-year time jump in between season 8 and 9. Then you had the 6-year time jump after Vic left. Then you had like months in between some of the seasons. Then there was like a 6-month time jump with the Commonwealth stuff. And then there was a year time jump. So at that point we're close to like 13 to 14 years. Maybe. By the end of season 11. And then on top of that, add on maybe 3 to 5 years for Dead Sea. It was interesting that we got some like Ginny flashbacks with Negan. Or should I say Cowboy Negan. Right? Just give me a Savior spin-off that shows the origins of the Sanctuary, the origins of like Simon, Dwight, the Iron, everything when it comes to the Sanctuary stuff. And then like how Negan reacted to Rick's group. Or how Negan approached the hilltop for the first time. Or even see like what happened to the Croat. Fuck it. Just show everything. Like an 8-episode spin-off season. Or even a 10-episode spin-off series. Like, come on. Just give it to me. Give it to the fans that want it. A Negan spin-off dedicated to his origin story would be great. And you could also bring back some pretty cool characters. Like Dwight and Simon. And even the guy, Justin, right? Zach McGowan. He could show up for like 1 episode. And the longer they wait to do that spin-off, the harder it's going to be because obviously Jeffrey Dean Morgan isn't getting any younger. I guess they could get away with it just like by dyeing his beard and then putting some makeup on him to make him look younger, but still, I just really want a Negan spin-off dedicated to his time leading the Sanctuary and the build-up to him meeting Rick. And then you can end the show with him stepping out of that RV and it all ties together in like a nice full circle. And now the Croat knows about Negan being in New York, which is great. I just wish they held the shot on him a bit longer, like his reaction to it, but we'll probably see it next episode. I just can't wait until we see that confrontation between them both. Even though, you know, we haven't seen them together on screen together, just the stories that Negan's gave us in the past like few episodes with the Croat gets me excited for that confrontation. Because there's a lot of history there, even though we haven't seen it. But maybe if AMC greenlit a Savior spin-off, maybe we'd actually get to see the history instead of learning about the history. Because with this show, they're kind of relying on the dialogue to explain what happened with Croat and Negan instead of showing it. But it's fine. Because when characters talk about like what happened between another character and we don't see it, you don't feel it as much. But when you see stuff like, you know, season 1 of the main show and then Rick talks about like Merle being handcuffed on the roof in season 9, like you feel that because we saw it, you know, we remember it, it's a callback. But the fact that we never seen Croat in like the main show at all, it doesn't really hit that much when it comes to like Negan's character, because we never saw them on screen together. But if there was a Savior spin-off, maybe it would hit harder. But throughout the years they've been adding a lot more to Negan's backstory, so eventually we could be in a state where they've got enough material to actually make a fully fledged backstory for him. Maybe. I just want a backstory. Is that too much to ask? But yeah, I did like what they did with Armstrong this episode and last episode. He just didn't have any dialogue, obviously, until the end of this one, which is great. And now he's potentially going to be working with the Croat? Maybe? If Armstrong figures out that the Croat knew Negan, which he more than likely will at the beginning of next episode, they'll probably work together to beat Negan, right? And next episode, everyone's at Madison Square Garden. Negan, Armstrong, Croat, Maggie, maybe Herschel too. Probably not, because it looked like Croat was in a different building with Herschel. But yeah, it's interesting the way that they're fueling Madison Square Garden. But based off the promo too, there was a timer, right? So it lines up with the gas turning into a liquid, it could explode, right? And the Croat's going to use that to escape somehow. And then all the walkers will come flooding in from the outside. But yeah, poor fucking Luther. What a way to go. Like, what was it, a cheese grater? And then he fell back onto like some pipe that was sticking out. And then he was still alive, and then Negan just pushed his head down. Is nobody going to find that body or even question where Luther's gone? But Luther did fuck up threatening Negan. You don't threaten one of the main characters of the show. Otherwise, you're dead. Especially when he's been going back to his old school times. Right? Old school Negan. Like, he's taking enjoyment out of killing people again, which, not gonna lie, if they go that route with Negan where he just goes back to how he was, I'd be fine with that. Sure, it might be fucked, because I do know, like, the showrunner in the episode Inside for last episode, he mentioned how, like, Maggie's now being protected by that show that Negan put on. I kind of like that. That's a cool idea. I like it. And Maggie actually gets to see why he does the things he does. I just want Negan to be like his old school self, but still have that development that he's had. Like, he knows it's wrong, but he has to do it to survive. Right? Because that's what it's all about, it's survival. And Luther wasn't exactly valuable anyway. He was always questioning everyone. Right? Like, for his size, he was kind of a liability. Yeah, that's like the second big guy that's been killed off pretty quickly in The Walking Dead. There was a guy in season 11, but I can't remember what his name was. Was it Duncan, I think? With Maggie's group from Meridian. But yeah, like I said, pretty solid character development episode. Super excited to see where next episode goes. Just seeing that confrontation with Croat and Negan is going to be really good. And maybe Maggie could save Herschel next episode? I doubt it, considering the whole show's based around saving Herschel. It's more than likely going to happen in episode 6. We'll see though. Yeah, I mean, that about wraps up the shitty review. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.